Hello. Hello, 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 hello. Hello. Can you hear me? Can you see me? Hello, hello, hello. Merry Christmas Eve. Um, wow, we made it. We made it to Christmas almost. Are you guys excited? Are you spending time with family? I am going to be spending some time with like friends. We have like a friendsmas happening later this evening. We're gonna get together and watch the Star Wars Christmas special, and I think that's gonna be pretty cool. And I think let's see, like after today's stream, I'm going to take a winter break. And so this is something that I did last year, and something that I'm going to do this year too. Last year, I did this, and it was actually kind of an unintentional break. So this year, I'm just baking it in because, and I think I'm gonna start doing this just like every year, where I take the week basically after Christmas off, and then start fresh on the in the new year. So I'm looking forward to it because it gives me some time to just like a little bit of time to relax. It just gives me a few days to relax. So kind of to keep in mind how my schedule looks. I work 40 hours a week, and on the 2 days that I have off, I am either streaming or I am doing stuff behind the scenes, making videos or thumbnails, coming up with ideas, looking at like what games I'm going to be playing and that kind of stuff. And then I do stuff like that midweek also, sometimes like before and after work. And yeah, Douglas, hello, hello. I just want to say thank you for all the streams that you make for us. You're an amazing person, and I hope you have a wonderful Christmas Eve tomorrow. Thank you so much, Douglas. I hope that you do too. I hope all of you are having like the good holiday season. Um, I think this is like a really special time of year. I'm not like religious, so I don't do like any of that kind of stuff. Retro, hello, hello. But I think Christmas is still it's my favorite holiday, and what I really love about it is it's like a time for kind of like people to kind of come together and like show their appreciation for each other, and I think there's like something magical about that. And it's like a good time to like reflect on what the year was like, and kind of just be like in the moment and like take some time to like appreciate the things that we have. Um, so I've been spending a lot of time kind of like reflecting on like, man, like all of these things happened, but this is where I'm at right now, and where I'm at right now feels like a good spot to be in. So without telling you guys like a ton of details about like personal things, um, just a like a brief thing, like in January there was a really serious like medical emergency that my son had, and I was basically like I had to like take time. I took time off work. He was in the hospital for multiple weeks, and had to have an emergency surgery. It was a very serious thing that had happened, and it was a really scary time. Even after everything went, the surgery went fine, but even after like he came home and stuff, recovery from it was very difficult. So the beginning part of the year for myself, and especially him, he being the one that went through all of that, it was a lot. It was a whole lot. Um, and it is so, I cannot tell you guys how nice it is to be away, now like away from all of that this many months later, And, so here we are in December. This thing happened in January that we were working through, like January, February until March. It was a long, big ordeal. And it was very scary, very stressful. But like to now be like fast forward, here we are in December. And I'm like, I feel so thankful that like one, that his surgery was successful and he's fine now and he's healthy. And also that like we have all of the things that we have and that we have each other. It makes this like this year like really, really extra special. And like I'm just like it makes it just like an even more important Christmas, because I'm like, oh man, there were some times in January where I was like, I didn't know, like I didn't know what was going to happen, and I didn't know how things were going to turn out, and so I'm like, I'm so like happy that he's still here to spending more Christmases with me. It's just like a huge, huge relief, and like every time I see him or talk to him, I'm just like, God damn it, I'm just so glad that I have all of these little tiny moments with you still, because there were nights laying in the hospital on this like chair in his room where I was like, like I don't know, and I'm trying not to be scared about it, but I was very, very scared about it. And so it's awesome that everything is working out. Everything's fine. Everything's great. So yeah, I'm especially like happy and thankful about that. Hello, James. Hello, Nuggy. I'm really glad to see everybody in here today. But yeah, so I wanted to share that with you because it's like something that like, that is the thing that like I'm most thankful for this year. And, I kind of wanted to like, I guess share that with all of you, and kind of let you know, like, I'm doing great today. I'm doing really, really well. I wanted to like, let you guys know, share some of the little bit about where my headspace is for holidays, and why I would like to like take that break, like winter break, to just like chill for a few days and not do anything, and not be sick too, because I took time off like last week, or was it last week or the week before, but I had gotten like a sinus infection. I wasn't feeling very good, but it'll be nice to take off a few days where I'm like feeling well, I guess. You just clocked out for the day. Congratulations. I'm off like from my day job until the day after Christmas. Then I go back. So I had like a 3-day weekend. And so yeah, I'm spending one of the days with you guys, and then after stream today, it's all like it's all family time, and like our like our IRL local friend group. We're doing some stuff with them too. Um, I'm a great mom to my son. Oh, thank you. I try. I don't think I started out as a very good mom. Like, I had him when I was pretty young. I was only like, was like pretty fresh out of high school. And I was very, very much like an impatient person back then. And I didn't know anything about anything. I thought I was such an adult, and then having my son made me realize that I really wasn't. So there was a lot of like learning that happened, but I try really hard to be a good parent. It's important to cherish moments with people you love. I'm glad he's doing great. I am too. And like something like that, like you realize, like, cause I think that, I've cherished a lot of time that I've had with him, up until now, like, he, of course, like my son's like the most important person in my life. But, when something like a medical emergency happens, like you suddenly realize that like no amount of time that you have is like going to be enough. And it all starts to, it like, if in that moment, like when you're scared like that, you're like, oh my God, like it would, all of that time was so short. And so it like, afterwards, like, I feel like everything is kind of, even like, it's even more so where I'm like, oh man, like I get to have a cup of coffee with him this morning, like, like like those little things, like that's like my mindset is like, I get to do that. Like, I'm so lucky that I get to do this like small little thing. I get to ask him questions about the gotcha games that I'm playing, and like those that kind of stuff. Like that I get to talk to him about video games. Like it's every little thing like that. I'm kind of like, oh, I'm so glad that I still have that like little tiny thing like that's still there. Um, Nuggy, you're a full time lyricist. That's awesome. That sounds like such a cool job. Um, so nice. Sounds like fun the next few days. Yeah. So nobody. I have not seen the Star Wars holiday special, and I wanted to watch it last year because I heard it's on YouTube, and it is on YouTube. There's actually a couple different versions on YouTube, and some people have upscaled it so that it'll look kind of all right on like a modern TV. Because the Christmas special came out in '78, so TVs were very small back then, still on like the old like tube type TVs. So the quality of it is like probably like 480p. There's like upscaled versions of it on YouTube. So we're gonna watch one of those, which I think will be hilarious to like laugh at it. Apparently, one of our friends said that the Star Wars special is so bad that Carrie Fisher would put it on during parties when she wanted people to go home. And I think that that's hilarious. Where she's like, the night's like winding down, but nobody's leaving. And she's like, hey, why don't we check out this old Christmas special that I was in a long time ago? And people are like, oh, look at the time. I have to leave. That's so funny. Oh, Bubba, hello. Merry Christmas to you. Merry Christmas to all of you. And if you don't celebrate Christmas, happy holidays, happy end of year, good feelings. Pick your path, whatever works for you. Um, but yeah, so this is our last stream of 2024. Can you believe that? Like, I was looking back, like, okay, so I wrote up a little thing for members this morning. I send them like, I've been trying to send members just like specific little things. Um, but I was thinking like, with all of the things that happened, like the like medical stuff that happened with my son this year, um, it was a few months after all of that I actually got that tier one of, or partnership on YouTube, where you get hit the 500 subs and you get partnered. Um, I still got there this year. And then I was realizing like, oh yeah, like I started VTubing this year also. And the second channel was started this year. Um, and so like I kind of was like, man, a lot more like happened throughout this year than I think that I really thought. I thought, because when I think about it, like the thing with the most weight is in my mind the thing that took up a lot of time. And so I'm like, oh, of course, like, oh, the medical stuff we got through that, and that in my head fills up the bulk of the year, and everything else is just kind of like a blur. But then when I like think about all of the stuff that still happened on YouTube, like I didn't even know any of you guys like a few months ago. And you're like, and now like every time I stream, there's so many like familiar faces in the chat now. And I love that. I love starting this up and seeing people, and seeing the same people putting comments. And so it's really cool because there's a familiarity that's building with the community like around this channel, and that like makes me feel so good that's like something that has come out of this year. Because in the beginning days of the channel, there would be comments, but you would see a comment from like one person, and then I would never interact with that person again. So it would just kind of be like a fluke thing. But now like I start seeing people coming back and sharing like some back and forth comment, and I think like it's really cool. It's really cool. It makes me feel really good. Um, But I also think that that's like a huge accomplishment for this year, because it takes time and it takes like some dedication to build that up. It takes time to, I guess, build rapport with people, as they say in corporate life. It takes time to build that up. But yeah, I want to do more live streams in 2025. And so this is what I would like to do. Let me make sure I'm caught up on comments here, and then I'll get into that. Um, so James says, reminds me of not going to visit my dad over a summer and decided to get high and play Halo for him to die the following year. That is tragic, and I'm sorry that that happened. But you know, like you never know, like we never know when we're gonna lose somebody. Um, this thing with my son came up out of the blue, and he had to have an emergency surgery. Um, and yeah, like I'm sure, like as a kid, you don't make a nefarious decision. You know what I mean? Like, but uh, you just don't know. You never know how much time you have with people. So you have to like appreciate that. Well, you have to appreciate them while they're here. Um, let's see. Nuggy says, thank you. I do solo writing. Me and the artist I write for like to dabble in rock, pop, hard rock, and metal mainly. Very awesome. Very awesome. I used to be so into metal music when I was younger. I went to Mayhem Fest one year here in Austin. I have taken my son and I like we go to concerts once in a while, and sometimes we go to like metal ones. So we've seen Rob Zombie here in Austin on the same stage twice, and it was exactly 3 years apart, like to the day. Um, so we saw like Rob Zombie. We've seen like Marilyn Manson. We've seen Korn on that stage, Armand Amarth. Like we've seen, oh gosh, who else? Slipknot. Slipknot was an amazing show because they're kind of like, uh, I didn't realize that they had so many drummers, and they just like, they open up and they're playing, you're like, yeah, this is cool. And then like more lights come on the stage, and there's like another drummer, and you're like, wow, okay, that's kind of crazy. And then they go again, and then like more lights open, and there's like more drummers, and you're like, what is going on? It's like a whole like symphony of metal musician players. It's pretty crazy. I don't listen to that music when I'm at home though. Usually when I'm at home, I listen to like smooth jazz coffee house music, or like ambient videos like in the background. And then like, but when we go to concerts, it's like all kinds of different music. The last one that we went to was like AWOL Nation. Um, let's see. The songs you write are all dedicated to battling all things negative, mental health, and helping people through dark times. I love that. As a person that has absolutely had battles with like mental health and substance abuse and dark times, I'm very familiar with that world, and I think people that are in that like absolutely need all the help that they can get. Music can be really a great part of coping and recovery. I'm happy to be on your stream. We'll always be here on your streams. Oh, thank you, Douglas. I hope that you're always here too. I love having all of you guys here, and I'm happy that we can get together and celebrate Christmas Eve together. That's really awesome. I'm glad I had some time today to do that. When I saw like how my schedule is for this week, because I usually have Monday and Tuesday, and then I realized like, oh my gosh, like Christmas is actually on Wednesday. So that gives me like still like one more day to get like I had time to like get a stream in before the year's up. Thank you. I agree. It's a great part of coping. We plan to have our first album out next year. Awesome. Definitely let us know when your album comes out. Um, and you feel free to like share a link like on a community post or something when that comes up. Bubba says on vacation. So glad I was able to catch you on the stream. Yeah, thank you. I'm glad that you were here. Um, yeah, I was thinking like I didn't have a game plan for today, but I thought it would be fun because I think this time of year, um, like it's important to connect with people. So that's why I was just like, I'm just gonna schedule a just chatting stream because uh, I don't know about you guys, but I like like I kind of need to do some extra talking with other people this time of year. Because as much as I love Christmas, it's my favorite holiday, but also this time of year is intense for so many reasons. So there's like, like being at work, you're like expected to, be happy and jolly amongst your peers, and you have to like maintain these like kind of high levels of holiday cheer. But then like there's also the downside of that is where like maybe something happened that you have to work through, and then this time of year makes it harder. I think for me, like my son is my only family. uh, we're not in contact with like other family that I have. I'm like estranged from my family, and by choice. But it is as much as like that's been good for me. It can be difficult this type of year to like see everybody else doing like their like what I would consider like normal family things, and I don't really feel like I kind of like got that in my life. Like, but I've learned over the years to kind of just like be happy for other people rather than looking at that as being like that's something that I missed out on, because I have been able to create like my own good memories in my life in my own way. And so there's always going to be that like FOMO, right? That you missed out on. I also didn't get to be a millionaire. um, and I didn't get to, get a college degree, or, like there's different things like that. Like can always like point to like all of these things I didn't get to do. But also, uh, I got to buy a house with my son, and I got to live in a town where we met like really amazing people that are not relatives, but they feel like they are, and they're better than relatives. Like they're people that we really, really love and relate to. And so like there's like things like that where I like learn to like try to like focus on what's working rather than what I don't have. But this kind of type of year, like this time of year, it is like there's an ebb and flow of those feelings, right? Like because I think everything is like more intensified. And so it's kind of like there'll be days where I'm just like riding a high, and then the next day I'm like just emotional like the whole day. I don't Do you guys feel that this time of year? Because my I was talking about it with my son, and he's like, yeah, like it's like that. Like you have like good days, and then then not. So it's like a roller coaster a little bit this time of year. See, Nuggy says, I will absolutely do so. It will include the first song I ever wrote, which is called The Other Side. I wrote it after an attempt, and it's one I think will help people. That's awesome. That's good. And we're glad that you're still here. Let's see. Bubba says, well, I hope the two of you have a wonderful holiday. Thank you, Bubba. I hope you have a wonderful holiday too. I think like so far, I think we're having a really good one. I may have overspent like love bombing my son with like gifts this year. But future me will take care of that. It'll be completely fine. But I'm just like I'm really looking forward to like cooking dinner and like chilling out. I think I'm gonna make a playlist of oh gosh, I could share this with you guys. I'm gonna make a playlist on YouTube of like Christmas videos of other YouTubers that we like to watch this time of year. So, because this time of year we like to watch the Drew Gooden videos where they review really bad like Lifetime Christmas movies. Those are always like really funny videos. And then the JonTron like Christmas videos. Some of the Game Grumps like 10-minute power hours are pretty good. So or some of the Angry Video Game Nerd does like some good Christmas videos. So there's a handful of like different creators that we usually go back and watch their Christmas episodes like this time of year. So I thought of putting together like a full playlist that we could just play like throughout Christmas Day. And then I got a prime rib for dinner. That's what we're gonna eat Christmas dinner. I usually always do a ham, and so we're doing something different this year and doing a prime rib. I'm super excited about it. I think it's gonna be good, and I think it's gonna make really, really good like sandwiches and leftovers. Bubba says, "Well, I hope the two of you have a wonderful holiday." Thank you, thank you. I'm really excited. I think that it's going to be great. And Douglas says, "Tell your son I said Merry Christmas." Yes, I will. My son said that we talked about this just a few nights ago. If I get past chapter 4 in Zenless Zone Zero, we will do a co-stream together and have him on the live stream to kind of like critique and help me build up my Zenless Zone Zero account. And so that is going to be a goal for 2024 is to do a collab with Raminators. So that'll be in the works. And you guys can see my son's model. My son's model is like Destiny Siva mommy themed. So in his community, they called him like Siva mommy like as a joke. And so he's like run with it. And but yeah, I think it'll be really fun to do a stream together with him on my channel. And then some of the other things that I want to do in 2025 is so I want to make Monday streams a permanent thing in 2025. So some of you might not know this. Some of you do because you've been here the whole time. But the Monday streams were a trial run, and I had been testing out this whole year, really. Like I had been testing out different times of when I should stream, and trying to figure out something that I could do that would be really like sustainable with me, that I could stick with. And the Monday streams, we had like over a month where I was able to do them, and it didn't feel overwhelming. It didn't make me feel burnt out. Honestly, if I had not gotten sick earlier this month, we would have done a Monday stream every single week, and would still be doing those. So aside from like holidays, sick days, or planned vacation days, yeah, like I want to continue doing Monday streams throughout 2025. So I do plan on updating the channel banner. So right now it just says April Nader. So I want to make an entirely new graphic for that, and that actually says like we stream, Mondays 3 p.m. Central Time, and then also making some little graphics that I can share on in the community posts on YouTube, and then also on social media like Twitter and Blue Sky, that says like this is the stream schedule for the week. So I'm going to make a template for that. So basically we'll do Monday will be like the given will be the and this will be starting in January. Monday streams will be a permanent thing. And but for that week, I'm gonna play it by ear for like Tuesday, or I might do streams midweek that are at some weird times. So maybe like if I got off work early and I could just jump in and do a stream, I might do that. I really, something this year has shown me, as much as I enjoy editing, um, this year has shown me, like in the data of the channel data has shown me that streaming is actually gets probably like the more it's a regular thing, the more attention it gets, and it gets more engagement. So you guys are talking to me more because I'm doing streaming. Like I'm convinced that that's what's going on because that's what the data shows. But like you guys chat with me in here when I'm streaming, and then during the week I'm still chatting with you through comments on community posts, and I think that's super cool. And I want to continue doing all of that. Um, so yeah, we'll start doing Monday streams, and then if I do like streams on Tuesdays, or like pop-up streams, like I'll try to kind of like I guess put those kind of on a weekly schedule, if I can schedule them out, or they might just be like bonus streams where they're just a surprise and they're just extra credit. So we'll do that. But I think I'm going to start doing that for more of the games because so like for the let me organize my thoughts a little bit here. For like the dredge streams, or the dredge game that I've been playing, I have been recording that and then editing it. And the last time I did that, I took extra footage, and that was shared with members for tier 2. And I will still probably do some format like that, or make some special videos specifically for members. But the videos don't do better than the streams do. Right now, when I look at like what's being watched, like after they're put out, the videos actually are not getting as much attention as the streams. The streams have more people watching them after they're aired, and more people watching while I'm streaming. So this is a where you guys are at. um, and so I'm like, okay, well maybe what this says to me is that I could spend less time offline recording and video editing, and more time live streaming, because you guys seem to like that. You seem to be into it a little bit. On that, and I think that's super cool. It's almost harder in a way though, than recording and video editing. It's weird. They're harder in like, or challenging in like different ways. Um, and so I don't know. I don't think I'm not gonna stop just making videos on their own. But I think no, looking over everything from like last year, I'm like, yeah, okay, like I feel like streaming can be more of a focus than it has been in the past. And I think for 2024, streaming was not really a focus until like really like this like later part of the year. And then it was something where I'm like, okay, I'm gonna experiment with working this in, and seeing how that goes. But I think it's been good. Hey, Monkey Breath is here. Happy holidays to you. Monkey Breath used to be my mod when I was on Twitch, and on Kick. um all right, James says I like them. I felt like a stalker last week as I thought I missed a stream. Oh no, it's totally okay. There was somebody else that was asking me in comments yesterday, like when my next stream was, and I was like, "Oh, it's scheduled here." Like, and I gave them the link. But no, that's okay. And that kind of stuff lets me know, like, I mean, don't stalk me. I don't like, I don't want that. But it's fine, like that you guys ask like questions like that in the comments, or like like if I don't have something scheduled, and you're like, "Hey, what's going on?" I don't mind at all. But it also lets me know that there's like that people are interested. And that kind of feedback is actually super helpful for me. We will always be on your stream. We all love you. Aw, you guys are so sweet. So, what's everybody's plans for Thanksgiving? What do you or Thanksgiving? Oh my gosh, for Christmas? Are you guys hanging out with family? Are you hanging out with friends? Are you riding solo? Some of us do that. I've definitely had Christmases where I'm like, I just want to lay on the couch. I had one Christmas. Uh, this is like a long time ago. And when my son was really young, he was I think with his dad that year on Christmas. So it was like Christmas Day. So sometimes when we don't live in the same state anymore, and my son's like in his like 20s now, he's an adult. So we don't. But when he was younger, we would kind of alternate like who had him for Christmas Day and who had him for Christmas Eve. And so I usually preferred to have him on Christmas Eve because I think opening presents in the evening time when all the lights are on and stuff is this is kind of like makes it more magical, I guess. And so for Christmas Day, I worked at Walmart at this time. So Walmart during Christmas season, if you work big box retail during the Christmas time, you are you are a hero. You are an absolute legend because working big box retail during Christmas time is the most exhausting thing. I like it is the most stressful job. It is so tiresome. And so Christmas Day rolls around and I have to go back to work like the day after. But I get an extra day off for Christmas. And I didn't have my son that day and I had just like planned to sleep in. And my my best friend at the time, like they call at like really early in the morning and I'm like not even awake and she's like, get dressed, you're coming with us. And I'm like, what? I don't want to. So they like get me out of bed and I go and like spend Christmas with like her and her family that year. But like I went because they wanted me to go and then I felt like flattered that they'd ask me to hang out with them. But like really though, in the back of my mind, I was like, all I wanted to do today was sleep in and just lay in this bed all day and do absolutely nothing. Honkai Star Rail and spending time with family for me. Nice, James. James, I just finished Penacony last night and it was amazing. I'm not giving anybody spoilers on what happened, but oh my gosh, you need to play it. The Penacony storyline is my favorite out of the game so far. I think for environments, I kind of like Jarrillo the best because Jarrillo felt so cozy, even though it was like in a mine part of it. But anyway, the Penacony storyline is just it is like there's so many pieces and how everything is tied together and it takes all of these like different twists and turns and I was just like, oh my gosh. And it was great. And then oh Honkai has I don't know if it's a special event or just like a new game mode that they added, but you could make a room on the train. And I set my room up and I was like, this is exactly what this game was missing. I needed a bedroom that I could decorate. And I was like so happy about it. And there's even like a bath. Like you can take a bath and you can pick like what bubble bath that you want. It was so cool. Douglas, I am spending time with my family on Christmas Eve. Oh, that's awesome. That is really awesome. I think it'll be me and my son and the dog on Christmas Eve. So we're gonna be very very cozy little holiday. I've got a little like charcuterie board, and I'm gonna make some sugar cookies, and we got some eggnog, because you can't have Christmas without eggnog, in my opinion. James, you just started the game Friday. Oh man, I am very excited for you. I think I started it in 2023, and I think even in 2024 it's still my favorite game. It's my favorite game of 2024 also. So it's so good. It's so good. I am kind of happy that I've finished Penacony because I think that's the last area that there is for the game, like right now. And so I can kind of take a little bit more time away from it and devote some more time to Zenless. So maybe I'll start making some actual progress in Zenless because I feel like I only play Zenless like every like week or sometimes less. So I feel like I'm like Zenless is just like it's just hardly even going. It, it feels like it is like I just make these little tiny bits of progress every time I play, little tiny bits. So um, I'm gonna get somewhere in there. Um, you want to play Tower of Fantasy again, and they added so much to that game. I started a new game. I think my son was playing Tower of Fantasy too. He plays oh, what's the other one called? Nikkei? It's like it has like the voluptuous ladies in it. Um, it's funny that that game looks like that because it's very heavy on like combat and building teams and working with teams. Um, he's in like these like different groups for that. He plays a lot of like Destiny too, so it's like that itch to like build a team and put people together, individuals to come together for the greater good and bring down the big monster thing. And so it's but I think I don't know what other ones he plays like six different gotcha games. Um and I'm like I barely have bandwidth to do two. I was just thinking earlier I'm like I don't know if I'm going to play like a lot of Infinity Nikki. What do you guys think about that one so far? Because I think the game was really pretty, and I would like to actually play that one probably more offline so I can find like cool scenes in it to make for the second channel to make like relaxing scenes because there was so much like the environments in that game looked really cool. Um, but what game would you guys like to see as like I guess maybe the primary game that we play on Mondays? Which one out of like the two, like Infinity Nikki or Zenless, would you guys prefer? I'm leaning towards Zenless just because I think Zenless is just kind of I really like the vibe of it, and I want to like get to a point where I have like my head wrapped around it and kind of understand it more. Zenless. Hello, Retro. Merry Christmas. Sorry, I have to get a drink. Yeah, I think Zenless will be fun. I think also doing a collab with that where my son comes on the stream and like helps me like build up my account and like critiques my account later on will be really fun. But he said I have to be past chapter 4 before that happens. So I have a goal. I have a Zenless goal. I have to have all of the stuff unlocked. Thank you, Retro. Yeah, I was telling everybody that I am having we're having like a friendsmas tonight, and we're going to be getting together and watching the Star Wars Christmas special together, and then I'm taking after today. I'm taking the rest of the year off for YouTube, and so we'll resume everything in 2025, and then starting in 2025, we'll start doing Monday streams. Will be a permanent thing, and so we'll do Monday. streams, like, unless there's a holiday or I take a sick day, we'll, we'll be doing those, every week. And then I'm going to try to do a little bit more like, I guess like bonus, we'll do bonus streams, not quite as planned, but, like bonus streams during the week outside of Mondays, like when I can. But I'm gonna try to do more streaming next year. Now you got something to look forward to? Yes, we'll be spending all of our Mondays together. Every single week. Should we have we need a catchy name for that, right? Um it's not like a manic Monday because I'm not working. So it's a we need a catchy title for it. All right. I'm sorry if you guys can hear me drinking on the mic. I'm like, having to take like lots of sips. My throat is still a little bit scratchy from being sick. I think it's because we just started running the heater, and that like kind of like first week or two of running the heater for the first time after it's been off all year, it like, oh man, it was really like makes my life kind of miserable for like the first little while. Um, Usually like after a couple of weeks it's like fine, and it'll like my body will start like reacting to it so terribly. Um, but I still feel like a little congested. It's just my life with allergies, but oh good. My throat feels like scratchy still, so I keep like taking like sips of I have like a big thing of like the caffeine free G Fuel, the PewDiePie flavor. I actually end up getting a subscription of this because it tastes really good and it's like caffeine free, but it's basically water with like vitamins in it, and I drink a lot more water because I started drinking these. I normally get the Gamer Supps ones. Their caffeine free ones have a bunch of B vitamins in it, and I really really like those. What what games are you guys excited about that are coming out next year? I think one of the ones that I was looking at that is that I was personally excited about. I will probably play this on stream, unless you guys just don't want to see it. But I am actually really excited about the Tales of the Shire game. It's a cozy game about like living as a hobbit in the Shire, and I thought it looked so freaking cute. And you have to like, I guess like the progression in the game works around like hosting your neighbors. So you have to like prepare meals for them. And like if your meals are prepared really well, then they'll like you for it. And then if not, then you're just like a bad hobbit. Like the whole premise of it just sounds like so silly and ridiculous. But also you get a hobbit hole that you can like decorate, and the decorating of it looks like super cute. Um so I'm really excited about that one. And then I think oh man, I forgot what the when this one's coming out. I think it's coming out next year. But the creators of Wildflowers, Wildflowers was like my favorite cozy game of 2023. They are launching a new game that is like a prequel to Wildflowers. Is set in like the Victorian era, and that game looks so cute. And Wildflowers was like really it was a very cozy, but it had like a really cute storyline to it and stuff. And I streamed that one on Twitch and Kick back when I was streaming over there. And so I'm wanting to definitely like stream the new one when it comes out. I kind of want to start a new playthrough of Wildflowers and do it all over again because it was such a cute game. And then what else is coming out next year? I'm gonna pull up the interwebs and see what that says. So Tales of the Shire comes out in March right now. That one's scheduled for March. We can absolutely play Zenless up until that happens, and then we will take a break probably from Zenless and like play that one for a couple of days. Um, oh yeah, Coffee Talk Tokyo is going to be coming to the Switch and a PC, I think too. That was another one that's like on my like cozy games list. I don't think that one has a specific release date yet though. Yeah, I'm not sure what else. I after watching like um Fauna play um LA Noir, I was like, man, it would be fun to go back and play some maybe like some classic type games because I just got Mario Odyssey for the Wii not very long ago, and I've never played through the whole thing. So that might be like a fun thing to do is do like some more retro stuff. You haven't seen anything that interests you? Not even hype for Monster Hunter Wilds? Really? There's been like a couple of games. I can't really say that a lot of the like the mainstream stuff has really caught my eye, except for like Borderlands 4. I'm kind of I don't know. Well, I don't know when that one's coming out, but that one I'm excited about because I think like the Borderlands series was just amazing. But a lot of the like new, I guess like AAA kind of titles, they're not they just don't really look like games for me. Um, the game that I was probably the most excited about like launching recently was Infinity Nikki, because I kept seeing that one advertised on I kept seeing it come up on Instagram, and I was like, oh, this looks so cool. Like this game looks so pretty. And I just wanted to play it like because the environments looked so awesome. But we can do, I have so many like older games that I haven't played. Oh man, if you guys want to play, I would next year I would like to play more Little Nightmares. I played Little Nightmares 1. I would like to play 2 and 3, and then I have all of the DLC for Dredge. So whether you like it or not, I will be playing more Dredge because that is like my favorite indie game right now. Like I think I really like Animal Well a lot too. And I think everybody should play Animal Well. Um, but Dredge has like the story in Dredge is like so like appealing. I don't know. Like I think it's just been so cool. It's so mysterious in a way that I'm like I need to play a little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more. And so like I'm really looking forward to playing through like all of like what they offer. After spending 500 plus hours on the previous one. Oh, wow. Okay, that's a lot of time to put in a game. I mean, I don't know how much time I have in Honkai. I wouldn't want to look, but it's probably yeah, if you spend like that much time on a previous one and then um jumping to a new one might be might be kind of a lot. My son showed me a picture before stream started this morning of Keanu Reeves buying Johnny Silverhand merch, and we were talking about Cyberpunk, and I did not play through all of Cyberpunk yet, so that was like another game where I'm like, I feel like there are some things. There's a few like indie games I'm looking forward to in 2025, but like mostly like there's a lot of stuff in my backlog that I want to play. I have like a ton of games in backlog that uh, I never have a like enough time. I feel like to play. And even like when I get off work, like sometimes I'm just like tired and I just want to like get away from the desk and then just go do anything else but like look at a screen, especially on busier days. So that I don't always like play video games like midweek. Sometimes I do if it's like slower at my day job, then I might like play games or like if I have a lot of time, um, like downtime, sometimes I'll play. If it's something that I can like pause. But if it's a game that where I can't like pause it during like downtime, and play like during downtime, like there's like it's like a no, like it's like definitely something I cannot do like during downtime. It can't be an idle time fill. So in any games that require that I spend the time on it that they want me to spend on it, where you got to get to some kind of a checkpoint, those kind of games are like actually harder, I think, to complete because you can't just like put them down and like walk away from them or pick them up and just play for a few minutes at a time. Cyberpunk is great. I used to play it a bit here and there. So I played it a little bit at launch and I encountered some really weird bugs, and then I waited because I thought that they would update it, and they did. But then after it was updated, I was kind of like on to different stuff, and I never circled back to it. And every time it comes up in conversation, my son is like, "Oh my gosh, like you really need to go play it." Like um, the year that they did like a really major update to it, um, and they improved a lot of the things that were broken in it, and so he went back and played it during that time, and he was like, "Yeah, this is like that was like his game of the year for that year." But yeah, apparently, like it's another example of them just like pushing something out too soon. I think they did delay that game a little bit though, and I love to see. I wish I really wish actually that studios would like normalize delaying video games because it's like sure things happen and your game isn't done, so don't sell it. do it. If you were building a car on an assembly line and you didn't have enough time to put the wheels on it, you wouldn't put it out on a showroom floor to be sold. Like, don't do that. Just delay it and finish it and then put it out when it is finished. Like, it's fine. It's a lot harder to forgive when you put a game out that is not like finished and it hasn't been properly tested. It has too many bugs, and then I think that sometimes like people don't, either they don't buy it because they hear on that launch that it had bugs, or they get it and then it sits in their library because the at the start of it, like, the play experience wasn't good. And then even after all of the updates, they don't go back and play it. That happened with No Man's Sky. Like, I was really excited to play No Man's Sky, and then like all of that like stuff happened with it, and the game wasn't what it was promised. But now they've done like a ton of updates to it, and No Man's Sky is actually like a really good game now, and I've never gone back to it. And so it sits and collects dust. You played Cyberpunk a lot on the PlayStation 4, then started playing on PlayStation 5. Nice. The investors made them release it, yeah, before it was. It's always that. I don't understand why investors do this, because investors would ultimately make more money if the studio puts out a polished, good game. A polished, good game is going to get good reviews. It's going to get word of mouth advertisement because I'm going to play a game that I like and I'm going to tell all of my friends about it, and they will probably be more likely to play it because I said it was good. Like, that's how that goes. I get so sick of hearing about what stockholders need. You know what I mean? Like, or like shareholders, like, shut up. Like, shareholders don't always know what's best, even for themselves, it seems like. So I've talked a little bit on what my plans are for 2025, as far as doing Monday streams being a permanent thing. Um, is there anything that you guys would like to see more of on my channel in 2025? Um, if I do streams outside of Mondays and Tuesdays, they will be like in the evening, like after like 10 p.m. Central Time, or like in the mornings, at like 10 a.m. Um, so there'll be like hours like that, and I probably will not schedule those because they will just be like a play it by ear thing. But are there any games that you guys would like to see me play that I haven't played on the channel yet? Games that these can be old games, but yeah, any games that you guys would like to see me play in 2025? Because I think we will definitely play Zenless. Whatever I want to play. All right, I have a bajillion games that I want to play, so I think I always find something. There's always something. Between me and my son, we have like, my son had I think he still has it, but he has a subscription to I think to is it Humble Bundle? Where he gets like a bundle of games like every month from them. And so and then we tend to like we have like a so we have a shared Discord between the two of us. And in there we have a bot that puts links to free games that are on like Epic and GOG, and I think on Steam also. So whenever there's like free games in there that look like they would be fun to play, I just download them, or not download, but I add them to my library. So they're there to go play later. And then sometimes like itch.io will do they'll do like these massive bundles for like different like humanitarian efforts kind of stuff. And so I think I got the last one that I got like that I think was the Ukraine one, and it was like 999 different. It was like games. There's like books for like if you're doing like role playing. Like this is like all kinds of stuff like that. And I found some cool things in there. Like I ended up like leading me to some like cool developers, like indie developers that I'm like following on Steam now because of it. But there was so many games on there I couldn't even go through all of them. There's just like so many. Like I just kind of like take it in chunks and like scroll through them and look and see like, oh, this looks like kind of interesting. But it's fun to play those like little like kind of short type games. Like we played Cloudy Valley a couple of weeks ago, and it's not a game that's really intended to play for like a long time. Like you can get through the entire game in just a few hours. But I kind of like those. I think they're nice little like palate cleansers in between the longer games. Yeah. Let's see, what time have we got? All right, so we're at about an hour. I think that is going to um I'm gonna wrap up. So I got let's see, where's the if I can find it. Oh, I lost it. Well, all right. I forgot. I had another tab pulled up of something I was going to talk about, and I completely spaced. But all right, well, that's fine. We'll just move along. But all right, you guys. We've been going for about an hour, so I think I'm going to close out here. I hope that all of you have a very, very Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays. Um, oh, that was another thing I wanted to ask. I might give members a first crack at this though. So the emotes that we have, the sleepy emote I haven't really used very much, so I was thinking of replacing that one. But I will post the question to members first, and then after that, I'll post a question to the community. But that will come next year. But yeah, so for now, I am going to wish all of you the happiest of happy holidays. Um, from my family to you and your family, Merry, Merry Christmas. Thank you all so much for being here. Thank you guys all for making this year extra special. Thank you for making my Christmas Eve extra special. And I love each and every one of you. You guys are all super, super amazing. And we will see you guys all next time. Merry Christmas. 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 Merry Christmas.